Now that we've finished reviewing the two Cooler movies, we'll now continue with the 13 Days of Dragon Ball Z with talking about Super Android 13, also known as Extreme Battle, the Three Great Super Saiyans in Japan. There's not much plot with this film, it just starts with a backstory of how Dr. Gero created the androids and how he was killed by 17. Then, 3 androids are suddenly activated and have the mission of killing Goku. That's it. There are no other plot developments apart from that, it's all action and fighting from here. And does it work? Not really. I mean, the fighting is alright and all, but it doesn't pop out as much as the other movies. The issue with the combat is that it doesn't stand out from a crowd and is pretty underwhelming for a Dragon Ball Z movie. My main problem with Super Android 13 is that the 3 Saiyans don't go Super Saiyan until the final act of the frickin' film. The androids are blowing up buildings and them almost killing people in a city, so why the hell don't they go into their strongest form to defeat these guys? Like I said in my last review, what were they thinking? That really annoys me. Even though I guess Goku wants to hold back, he has no reason to. I'm just saying that the only reason why they don't transform is to make the movie duration longer and to add more tension to the film. The reason why Vegeta helps out in the fight is also bullshit. The whole I want to defeat Kakarot and I won't let anyone but me do it instead reason is carried over from Return of Cooler, and it's a rather crappy excuse on Toei's part. One thing I do like is the designs of the new androids. Interestingly enough, the androids were designed by Toriyama. The ending of this movie is rather clever and I do give it props, with Goku not being able to sustain the Spirit Bomb with the Super Saiyan transformation. So in turn, he just absorbs the energy and one-punches Android 13 to death. Throughout the course of the film, heading towards the third act, Android 13 fuses with the remaining body parts of the deceased androids, and he instantly gets a huge boost in power. Fun fact, Androids 13, 14 and 15 actually appear as playable characters in Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 2. Also, these particular android designs are pretty much stereotypes of ethnic backgrounds. 13's design is similar to an American redneck, 14's is based on a Native American, and 15 is typecasted as being a stereotype of an African American. Anyway, the art and animation are a step up from the second Cooler movie, but it still doesn't look too great. The fighting is still quite stiff and not very fluid at all. Obviously the Kikuchi score is good, and that goes without saying. My final thoughts on the movie is The action is pretty bland, the story is almost non-existent, but the ending was nice and concise. In conclusion, Super Android 13 is a step up from the Return of Cooler, but still is a disappointing movie and I would give it a 2.5 out of 5 Dragon Balls.